in a fly path. Taxi's out now to display solo. How appropriate to see it lighting up for the departure of two tornadoes. Yes, pure nostalgia. This, as we said, is an aircraft built by McDonnell Douglas before its incorporation into Boeing. From Escuadrilla 009 of the Spanish Navy at Rota. It's now one of just two air arms in Europe, the other being the Italian Navy operating this aircraft. And indeed the Harrier only also in use still with the US Marine Corps, but on its way out as the F-35B Lightning II begins to replace it. Soon we'll hear the characteristic noise of the Rolls-Royce Pegasus Vector Thrust turbofan engine of some 23,500 pounds of thrust spooling up to get this unmistakable aircraft into the air, accelerating very, very briskly. He'll be climbing to 200 feet, waiting for 450 knots before conducting the first outward turn. Just a slight delay to the EAV-8B of the Spanish Navy getting airborne. Been told to hold position by the tower, so we'll just wait and see what happens. Could be down to some airspace issue. Essentially, he's just been cleared for takeoff actually. Outstanding. He was saying that. And there it goes, the Spanish Navy, EAV-8B Matador 2+. Teardrop to the northwest, followed by a reversal for a fast fly past aircraft continuing to maintain 450 knots as it flies from left to right. Spain was the first export customer for the Harrier after the US Marine Corps. They bought the AV-8A model, called it the AV-8S for Spain, and gave it the name Matador. And they were delivered from 1976 onwards, flying from a couple of Spanish Navy carriers. The EAV-8B model, equivalent to the AV-8B of the US Marine Corps, the Harrier II variant, arrived in the late 1980s, and this B Plus with a night all-weather attack capability from 1996. And since 2013, they've flown from the landing helicopter dock ship Juan Carlos I. With a derry entry into the teardrop manoeuvre, repositioning from the left. this time towards the crowd centre, maintaining 350 knots to demonstrate a max performance 360-degree turn to the left. The primary mission of the EAV-8B is to provide Spanish naval forces with the capability to attack surface targets from the air, but they can also perform close air support and other air-to-ground missions.
A little secret. Most of these 360 turns will look level to you, but actually they are slightly climbing, such that it is a bit of an oblique turn, with the aircraft climbing from 300 to about 400 to 500 feet. So it gives the impression that the aircraft is maintaining level. If they were to do that and it was a pure level turn, it would look as if the aircraft had descended at the apex of the turn. Decelerating down to 90 knots. Hold over 70 degrees. Flaps to the stall, which will take off the landing position. We'll slow up. By the pilot using a separate lever next to the throttle, and there are hot air driven controls on the nose and tail of the wingtips to afford better control at low airspeed. Now Mark, this is very different from the F-35B, whereby it's literally push button control logic for the F-35B. Yeah, and it's very distinctive rotary ripple colours. Many photos still around of that aircraft. you to the right of the crowd, you should have a very, very good demonstration of what simulates a shipborne landing by this Spanish Harrier. The Spanish hand reminiscent display of short takeoff and vertical landing. Well, it won't surprise you to learn that it's been decided to hold off the A400M and Tornado's fly past just until this passes through. Meantime, the EAV-8B of the Spanish Navy will be back. A reminder while we have a moment of what we've still got. So the Luftwaffe Sky Tanker element with the A400M and the Tornadoes is next. That should be followed by the Finnish Air Force FA-18C Hornet, then the T-346 and the Typhoon from the Italian Air Force. I'm afraid the conditions have rather put paid to what we were hoping to see from the Luftwaffe combo. So I'm afraid, given the weather delay, we are going to see a single pass from the three aircraft before they land. I'm really sorry we can't bring you the entire display, but such are the circumstances in which we find ourselves. Yeah. But